What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with a brand new review, you guys, for Love and Marriage Detroit. This is season one, you guys. This is episode number 10, and it is also the season finale, you guys. So we have made it to the end of Love and Marriage Detroit. I want you guys down in the comment section to let me know how you guys feel about this season. Yeah, did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Let me know you're good, you're bad, you're ugly, and all of the in between, you guys. But for me, huh, this season, what can I say about Love and Marriage Detroit season one? It had its moments where I was, mm, I don't know what to say about this show because I would say I wish I could say I enjoyed it, but I kind of didn't enjoy it so much. But what I will one positive thing I guess if I had to say anything like super duper positive about the show is I don't feel the way about Love and Marriage Detroit that I have felt about Love and Marriage Huntsville, right? I think that the drama was very stale and very stagnant at times, and some of the things, there were a lot of things that I think drug on a little bit longer than what they may have probably, may have drawn, should have drawn gone on, right? But overall, I know I've said it plenty of times before. I was not that interested in I wasn't that interested in any of the couples, right? I don't find any of them to be likable for me. So if they do get a second season, for me, I will have to just say I'm gonna tap out. I can honestly say that season two for me is just gonna have to be an absolute no. But yeah, this is season one, episode 10, the season finale, and the episode was titled "Welcome." Wish upon a Star Factory, you guys. So my notes were not that long, so I don't expect this to be like a long, lengthy review. So we might be here a few minutes, or I don't. Like I said, I don't expect us to be here that long today to talk about this episode review. But this episode opens up where we last left off. And you guys remember in the last episode we were dealing with Brandon and his mother and the fact that they went to therapy. Now, what I will say about this episode with Brandon and his mom, it just definitely highlighted that I think Brandon needs to stay in therapy because there's a lot of unresolved issues between, his childhood and things with his parents. So I definitely will say that I think that Brandon definitely would benefit from staying in therapy. As far as Brandon's mom, I just don't think that Brandon's mom, I think she's set in her ways. I think since she's an older woman, I don't say that she wants to change, but I could be wrong. But yeah, from what I gathered from that therapy session, I just don't think that his mom wants to change. I don't even think she really wants to 100% have a lot of communication with her son because she is just like she doesn't want, she's okay if she don't talk to him every day. It's just a lot of things with his mom. And I was wondering to myself, like, how was his mother raised? Did she not receive a lot of love from her mom? Because those were some of the questions that I was coming up with. Like, there's a disconnect somewhere, and I just don't know where it is. If it's a product of her environment, and so she just didn't know how to be the best mom to Brandon. That's what I'm thinking. But I want you guys to definitely let me know what you guys think down in the live chat and also in the comment section below. But yeah, like I said, Brandon could benefit from, more hours of therapy. But then also at one point, Brandon was like, he don't really care to talk to anybody. And I was like, but that's not a good thing, especially with you being married to Christina and having two daughters. You got to communicate with your family. Like, let's end that toxic cycle because not having communication, like I couldn't imagine living in a house with my mama and we don't talk. We just two strangers who are going by each other every day because that's literally what it seems like when Brandon and his mom, that they were just literally virtually two strangers living in the same house together. So yeah, like I said, I think that Brandon absolutely could benefit from seeing in therapy because I think there were some issues with both Brandon and his mom and also Brandon and his father, right? And I'm starting to, like I said last week, I'm starting to see like the reason why we see Brandon is not confrontational and stuff like that and doesn't confront things, like the stuff with Anthony and the stuff with Russell is because of how he was raised. And I'm like, okay, it makes a whole lot of sense now, right? But I do want Brandon to get a backbone. The next time another man tells you he would break every bone in your body, and the next time somebody like Antonia comes at you, I just want you to just, be able to defend yourself, stand up for yourself, right? And even stand up for your wife, because that was one thing that lacked with Brandon this season. I felt like Brandon did not defend Christina at all. But yeah, you guys, that was really it from Brandon and his mother. Let me know what you guys think in the live chat and down in the comment section, and we shall go ahead and move on. So the next thing we have is Christina. So Christina is having this influencer event at Harper Ray. I have never been so tired of hearing a name like I have, Harper Ray, because that has been a subject of discussion for quite some time now. Now, what I will say is this deal, this brand deal that Christina, whatever Christina was working on with Harper Ray, I'm gonna be honest and say I don't understand why she could not have included Colby in on it. I get that it was something that she had already, I guess, probably been in the works with whatever that young lady's name is that is over this brand. I get that that's something that you might have been working on, right? But when she came to you and said, why come you just couldn't go in on this with, from what I saw, it didn't really give like anything that someone else couldn't do, right? Because all she was doing, from what I understood, was she was bringing influencers, and bringing brands and influencers together to meet each other and to potentially collaborate with each other. So I'm a little on the confused side, but again, I don't understand. For me personally, what I say is I don't understand the situation between Christina and Kobe and this whole Harper Ray thing. From the jump, it never made sense to me, and even into the finale, it still makes absolutely no sense to me. So, yeah. So we see as Latoya and Kobe showed up, right? The one thing that I will say is there's a difference between Love and Marriage Detroit, DC, and Huntsville, right? With Love and Marriage Huntsville, if the ladies don't rock with each other, they don't really go to support their events. The only time we saw that happen is when Letitia went to Melody's baby shower, but Melody quickly had Letitia escorted right out of that event, right? And since then, we don't see that kind of stuff. So it's no fake and phony stuff. But when Christina, I guess she had previously invited Latoya and Kobe, but when Kobe was coming, she was like, I really didn't know if I want to come. Then why did you come? Is the question, right? Like you didn't have to come. I don't care if production said, "Oh, we're filming and that's the only way you're gonna get paid." Well, baby, Doc might pay for that day because I'm not going to Christina's event. Like, no. So it gives fake and phony to me. But I want you guys to give your input. But that's really what I got from it. It just gives fake. It gives phony. Because like I said, if we're not on the good terms if we're not on like really, really good terms with each other, and this is part of the reason why we're not on good terms with each other, then I'm so sorry to tell you, but I'm just not going to be able to come and support the event. That's just my personal opinions. I would love to hear, differing opinions because, like I said, it just gives a little fake. It gives a little phony to me. But again, I can also admit that I'm over this show. I can also admit that as well, right? So at one point, Latoya, she decided to chime in and ask Colby and Christina if they're going to collaborate with each other. And I was like, ma'am, why do you always feel the need to give your unsolicited advice, ask ask unneeded questions and stuff like that? Like this has nothing. This is what not Colby, but Christina was telling you previously. You aren't getting involved in stuff that has nothing to do with you. And I just don't understand it. For somebody who don't like drama, you are pretty much putting yourself smack dab into the middle of what I would call drama. And I'm just kind of confused about that situation. Um, yeah, that's really all I got from that scene. One nothing else to it. So we did see, as you know, this, so we're leading up to Brandon's showcase, right? That Star Factory is putting on. Now they were supposed to be going through a rehearsal, right? But this rehearsal, it just only included Brandon's artist Naja, and that was it. I can't. I know it was Brandon. It was Bravo, and Christina was there, and I forget who else was in the room with them. I wasn't really looking at the scene because the scene was just a scene filler, right? So they're supposed to be going over this showcase, but again, the only person we saw was Naja. So Naja, she came up and she sang her song, right? What I will say about Naja, she has a very beautiful voice. That is one thing I can say for Naja, right? What I will say about Naja is when she was singing her song, she was singing a little on the fast side. So I don't know if the song was supposed to be, if the song is supposed to be fast or not. But when she was singing, it was definitely fast. But other than that, it was really good. This was Christina's first time meeting Naja, and that was really pretty much it for that scene too. Then there was a scene with Anthony and Latoya, you guys. I'm gonna keep it 100% honest with you. When it came to that scene with Anthony and Latoya, I tuned out. I don't know what they were talking about. I wasn't listening to it. So if you guys want to fill it in the comment section or in the live chat, please feel free to do so. But other than that, I was not listening. So I am so sorry, you guys, but I can't tell you what they were talking about. I really can't. There was also this scene, which is my thumbnail, with Brandon, not Brandon, but Christina. Damn it, why do I keep wanting to say them? With Colby and Russell, right? One much with this scene either. It was just, Russell telling Colby that, he hadn't heard from the person that's dealing with the finances over at the gym that he wanted to buy. So he's decided to, not go through with the gym. I have quite a few questions about that one. Is it the fact that the person in the financial department didn't reach out to you, or you just didn't have enough money, enough capital to purchase the building? Because there's a whole lot that goes into buying a business. It's not just you buying the building, sir. You would have to do upkeep, maintenance, everything on that building, payroll, all that kind of stuff. So I just wonder, did you bite off more than you could chew? That's the question that I'm wondering, because you can say that that person, because if they're selling the building, I find it hard to believe that the person who is over the financials didn't reach out to a prospective buyer. That just sounds a little fishy to me. Those are my, and again, these are my opinions, you guys. So don't feel any type of way about it. These are just my opinions, but I just find it a little odd that somebody who's over the financials didn't reach out to you, and they're trying to actively sell the building. Is giving that either you don't have the money to pay for it, which I'm not saying that you don't, but it's just giving that either you don't have the money for it, or you don't, or you didn't logistically think of what it takes to run this operation. That's just what I'm getting. But feel free to chime in the live chat or in the comments, you guys. And let's go ahead and move forward and go ahead and wrap it on down, you guys. So we get to the showcase. Now, why did Lyrique show up to the showcase with security guards? Who are you, sir? I'm not trying to be funny and I'm not trying to be shady, but who is Lyrique to show up with security guards, right? Kobe. I will say at this showcase, Kobe legitimately got on my nerves because in her interview, she keeps talking about the fact that, oh, so when this guy came in, Christina hugged him. Oh, Christina's really talking to this guy. Oh, Brandon, this. Oh, Christina, that. Ooh. Why are you worried about it, lady? If it ain't Russell, mind your business. Like, oh, she was getting on my nerves. Then when Naja started singing, she was like, where's she from? Is she from Texas? Where's she from? And then they're like, oh, well, she could have, she can sing, but it's a lot of work that needs to be done. I want you and Latoya to get y'all's behinds up there on that stage and do what Naja did. If you can't do what Naja did on that stage, please put it on mute. Then at one point there was an artist, a rapper who had dancers behind him, and Latoya's like, "Ooh, since when did rappers get dancers behind them? Rappers have always had dancers behind them. Most rappers have the women have women. I mean, go look at a lot of them. They typically have women dancers behind them. They don't have men. But like, I was just annoyed with that whole commentary. Then she made the commentary about Naja's dancing. She's like, "Ooh, is Brandon teaching her how to dance again, ma'am? Do you and your marriage a favor and butt out?" Like she was really irking me and getting on my nerves. But yeah, I will say that Naja did a great job at the perform. I would say Naja did a great job, right? We saw Naja and we just saw the rapper, so I don't know if there were other artists that they highlighted, but overall, from what we saw in the show, I thought it was okay. I thought it was good. I have no complaints. So then towards the end of the episode, we see as Christina has both Lyrique and Brandon talking to each other, right? So Lyrique is saying that he never tried to poach any of Brandon's clients. Brandon basically says we can agree to disagree. And that was where we ended. Brandon and Anthony, they made up with each other. I wouldn't trust Anthony as far as I can throw him if I was Brandon. That's just my personal opinions. I want to hear you guys' opinions on that, right? But that was the end of the season, and we get the clip for the reunion, trailer for the reunion. What I will say is the reunion. I don't know why it's two parts, and the next thing I would say about the reunion, the lighting. Who is the person that was behind the lighting for the reunion? Because the lighting was terrible. The lighting was horrible for the reunion. But that's it, you guys. Season one, it's a wrap. Um, if there's a season two, I can honestly tell you, I won't return. I'm so sorry. I gave it a try. It wasn't good for me, and that's all we're gonna leave it at. Season one, it's a wrap in the books, and we're moving on to a two-part reunion. And then after that, we're done with Love and Marriage Detroit in September. I believe it's September 16th, you guys. That Love and Marriage Huntsville returns for the second half. I did see the trailer for Love and Marriage Huntsville. It looks pretty good, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that's it, you guys. I will catch you guys later on. So what I'm about to do now is I'm about to get off of here and I'm about to go and watch The Past by Candy and Todd, starring Drew Sidora, Erica Peoples, and I forget what that other guy's name is. But y'all, we've saw him on so many different shows. He played on what's that show that used to come on VH1? Hit the Floor. He's been on so many shows. But yeah, you guys, I'm about to get off of here and watch that. And then I gotta do that's it. Yeah, that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. You guys be safe out there, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, stay safe out there, stay cool because it's still hot, and be blessed, you guys. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys.